Hi, everyone. Welcome to Unleash Her. Hey, I'm Roberta, and I am your host for the podcast. I'm so glad that you guys are here today. You know, um, Thank you for taking time out to be here. I have a very special guest today, and I can't wait to introduce you. But before we do that, go ahead and, like and subscribe and all of the thing to this podcast. If you're on Spotify, Apple, hop on over to YouTube so you can see us in action here. That's at Roberta Campbell Official. So I would love for you to hop on over there. I appreciate you so much. The more interaction that we have, the more inspiring guests that we can have on our show. So thank you again. And so without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Chancellor Jackson. Hi, Chancellor.
Going on, Roberta? Appreciate you having me on. A big shout out to everyone that's tuning in right now. Y'all the real MVPs.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I'm very intrigued about your story. And so you have some books out here. You're an author. You're a best-selling author. And one of your books that really has got my attention is 14 Days in Beijing.
Yes,
And
Lord.
so tell us a little bit about yourself and what led to writing that book.
For sure. So, the name's Chancellor K. Jackson, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Played football majority of my life. Played all throughout high school. Got the opportunity to play in college for 4 years down at Stetson University in Florida. After I graduated from Stetson, I landed my first job in China teaching English to kids. So that's what led me over there. I was supposed to do a year, only ended up doing 6 months before things went left, and I was arrested and served 14 days in the Beijing penitentiary. Um, Once I was released, I was immediately deported from the country, came back to America, back to square one all over again, just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next. Um, that led me into writing 14 Days of Beijing. I fell into coaching football, continued to work in education. Fast forward years later, entering year 7 coaching and working in education. 6 books in, started my publishing company, and so now we coach people through the writing and publishing process.
Wow. So have you always been a writer or what led?
No, no, whatsoever. Um, it's always something I did as far as like assignments, but I don't even remember writing too many papers or being required to write a lot of papers in high school. It wasn't until I got to college that's when I had to write a lot, and it was a rude awakening because I had to do it beforehand. So I lived in the writing center. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't the best writer. It was never a strong suit of mine or anything I enjoyed doing. It's just something that I had to do. Um, so it was never anything I did free will outside of school though. So when it came to writing the book, it was caught me by surprise that I was able to do it, and it caught everybody else by surprise that I was able to do it as well. Yeah, it was just the idea that was given to me. One of my good friends that I grew up with, DeMarco Reddins, he was a traditionally published author before we graduated high school in 2014. So he was the one that put the bug in my ear. He was like, "Hey, bro, you ain't thinking about writing a book about the experience in China?" I was like, "Psh, that's a great idea. I don't even know where to start." And he took it even further. He took my phone, went to my notes section, left me a 5 layer outline. And I just started filling it in. And by me doing that, I caught a feel for how I wanted to write the rest of the story. So I moved it to a Google Doc. Took me about 4 months to write it, and then just spent the next 6 months getting it ready for publishing.
Oh, that's awesome. What an amazing story. 4 months. Hey, that's not bad.
Oh yeah, after that, every book got shorter and shorter. Like the amount of time it took me to write it got shorter and shorter. So
Oh my gosh. It sounds a lot like my story too, and sometimes dealing with the things in our lives that could seem so horrible. I mean, I don't know. Would you like to talk more about your time in Beijing?
yeah, so prior to getting locked up, China was the best experience I've ever had in my life. Of course, I was out there to teach kids, so that was the main objective. I was working with kids as young as 3 years old, all the way up to 14, but I was mainly working with the elementary school age range. Um, but I enjoyed that. I'm just saying. So pretty much all our lessons, we teaching them English as a foreign language. So I turned all my lessons into competitions. You know what I'm saying? So we in the class competing. Energy is high. Got the music playing. It was always an atmosphere. So that was enjoyable. I enjoyed that. The food, absolutely amazing. Authentic Chinese food, like no other. Um, the locals, meeting the Chinese people, very, very nice, very, very welcoming, very, very curious for sure. But it was all good love, good energy, good vibes. Meeting other foreigners, that was that was a high too, because it's like, man, you meet people from all different walks of life. You know what I'm saying? But we all meeting in Beijing, China. So that was fun. It was ultimate adventure. Then of course just exploring China. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm on the other side of the world, and I'm pretty much in a different world. So every day was an adventure. So yeah, China was lit. And then on April 4th, 2019, things take a turn. It's a day off for me. I'm getting ready to go to a team builder event that my company's hosting, and we was gonna be customizing our own Chinese fans, like just some little cool little event they put together, and that was just one of the events. So I was gonna meet some friends there and everything. So I was like, before I go, I'm a pregame. So I'm in an apartment by myself, drinking a little Chinese wine cooler, smoking a little cannabis. I get done, get dressed, make sure I got everything I need before I walk out the door. I hear a knock. And guests aren't unfamiliar, so I'm just curious to see who it is. I looked through the people, and there stood three officers from the Beijing police randomly. So scrambled to put everything up, open the door. They come in, question me about drugs. I'm sitting here playing the fool like I don't know what's going on. And that's when they drug test me right there on the spot. And it was a wrap after that. Failed the drug test. All forms of communication ceased to exist at this point. They throw the cuffs on me. I don't know what's gonna happen. They not bothering to talk to me. I'm definitely not bothering to talk to them. But I'm just following orders. We bounce around precinct to precinct before I'm taken to the jail where I'm actually housed. And I'm locked up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 15 men to one cell, 9 wooden beds, 3 soups a day. All I had was one plastic bowl and one plastic spoon. Nobody knew I was in here. Nothing was explained to me about what my specific charges are, how long I'm gonna be in here. I'm in a cell. Currently, at this point, I'm in a cell with 14 other Chinese men, none of which I can speak to. So it's not really looking too good right now. But accountability, most importantly, I gotta hold myself accountable. I knew my decision making and I knew the repercussions from my decision making. So now that things have hit the fan and here we are, I ain't got nobody to blame but myself. So however this goes, I got to take it to the chin. But I knew I was gonna be good when it was all said and done. It was just the mystery of like, okay, how's it gonna play out? That was the biggest thing. But it's like I know I'm gonna be good. Whatever I'm gonna have to go through, I'm gonna have to go through it. But once I get to the light at the end of the tunnel, I'm still gonna be me and stronger than ever. So I was just remember telling myself to take note of every minor detail because it's gonna be a great story to tell once you're out of this predicament. And most importantly, we'll enjoy this high one last time, but we don't know what we finna go through for sure.
Wow. Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot there to unpack. I had to start taking notes. Okay, there's so much that I could say about that. And first of all, so did you learn how to speak Chinese at all?
So yeah, so I got hired like
Okay.
July 18, but it was a 3 month long process just to get my visa, my work visa to go over there. So within that 3 months, I was like, I took it upon myself to start learning a little bit of the language because I didn't want to go out there and not know nothing. Um, but I knew just enough to move and groove. I ain't finna have no full in-depth conversation with you, but I can work my one just a little bit for sure.
Yeah. You know, I really appreciate the part of you that says, you know, I take responsibility for this.
For sure.
You know, a lot of people still want to play the victim mentality. And
Exactly.
so now, with that said, I feel I'm very open-minded about cannabis. And, you know, I know here in where I live now, you know, it is, it's legal, you know, and it's a plant.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, it's not a drug, it's a plant. That's my opinion. Yes, I said it. So, but for you to take full responsibility for that, and it sounds like you have a great mindset too, as far as you're like, I know this is all going to end well. And I think that plays such a big role in everything we do. You know, with you played football all those years, you had to. to
Hmm.
have that.
Yeah, facts.
Were there people in your life that stood out to you that you were like these were the mentors in my life that really led me to your positive thinking?
Um, I've always been like this since since a child. I've always been like this. I've always been the responsible one, the leader, vocal as well, vocal leader, and I lead by action as well. Yeah, this I'm just cut like this. I can't even really explain it.
Yeah.
Um, it's a blessing though. So it just got better as I got older, and especially once I started playing football, that just fine tuned and sharpened me even more. Especially playing college football, that's a whole different beast right there. Division 1 college football at that. So that just that molded me even more too.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about your upbringing? So did you have a lot of positivity and support in your upbringing?
Yeah, we had a great childhood. It was me,
Mhm.
my brother, my mom. Um, she did her thing. You know what I'm saying? We raised my brother and I. We lived in a big neighborhood, a lot of kids. So it was never a dull moment when it came to our childhood. Always outside. We had a playground, basketball court, tennis court, sand volleyball, like fields. There's a bunch of stuff right in the center of the neighborhood. So it was never a dull moment outside for sure. And so it was always positive, always positive. My mom was always positive. That's pretty much who I get it from. She was always a good spirit, level headed. Um, makes the most out of anything for sure. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy what and show gratitude for what we do have, and you know what I'm saying what we don't really need.
That's amazing. That's why you're as successful as you are today.
Me.
For sure. And all of your experiences. And I'm sure now you can look and say, oh yeah, I mean, you're pretty young still. Okay. I'm no offense. I mean, that's a good thing to have all of this under your belt already. Like amazing. So that your books, you've published more than one.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So 14 Days in Beijing, that's the first one. That's the one that catapulted everything.
Yeah.
That's when so get a little bit more context on that. So April 4th, 2019, I got locked up in China. On April 4th, 2020, the very next year, the anniversary year, I released the very first version of 14 Days in Beijing. I did that intentionally too. But while I was still on pre-order, I was ranked #1 new bestseller. I did on debut. I was number one new bestseller in a different genre, and the next day after that, it was #1 new bestseller in a completely different genre. So it was just like it was an incredible launch, and it was just like a snowball effect after that. And that led me into writing more books. The same DeMarco, the same one that put the bug in my ear to write the next book, which is a romance saga. It's a 2-book series, but it's really 14 Days Beijing. You love, you learn. Real Love Never Dies. It's a trilogy. It's telling one long story, but the romance comes in. It pretty much takes us back to pretty much the prequel. Like it talks about my experience in college, like my last 2 years, and then Real Love Never Dies picks up of me graduating college, trying to find a job, finding a job in China, moving to China, what I was doing prior to those 14 days. And then of course you got 14 days Beijing. Then Real Love Never Dies picks back up again after those 14 days, what I was doing that summer and stuff like that. So it's all telling one long story, but it's a completely different genre and lane at the same time. Um, and what inspired that was, well, of course, DeMarco was the one that he was been telling me to do it, but it wasn't until one day I was just doing market research, just about publishing and stuff, just trying to you know what I'm saying, just learn more. And I seen that romance was the #1 selling genre. So I'm like, well, I done went #1 in multiple genres already, but I ain't attacked that one yet. At least I ain't even touched that one. I saw it as a challenge. And I'm like, the more research I did in romance, I realized there's not a lot of male authors. I'm saying, so this is a wide open field right here. So yeah, that's what inspired that. And then my latest book, The Power of Becoming, 7 Pillars of Growth and Empowerment, self-help book I dropped last month. We had another successful launch. We was leading the top of charts in 2 different genres while still on pre-order, and we held it for like 6 days. And it was pretty much a book full of quotes and insights centered around 7 core themes: love, discernment, success, happiness, adversity, healing, confidence. It's a great read. Like I said, I had another successful launch, and those are just the books that I've written myself. I've also published 2 books that I didn't write, but I worked with 2 people. The first book is The Fatherless Child by Anthony McKinney. It's about his experience growing up in rural Mississippi back in the '90s and how he was molested before the age of 10, how that affected him and eventually shaped him into who he became today. The second book is In Love by Tanisha Sadler. It's pretty much a high school romance. You know what I'm saying? 2 girls like the same football player. He messed with both of them. They don't know about it. They find out. It's just typical, you know what I'm saying, high school drama. But hers went crazy. Both of them went number one, but hers went number one in like 2 different genres, and she held hers for like 9 straight days. And mind you, she was 15 years old when she wrote the book, 16 years old when she published it. Stop playing with her. Big shout out to her for the show.
Wow. That's awesome. So your first book then, 14 Days in Beijing, right? Did you self-publish that one?
Self-published.
Yeah.
All of them. All money in. We all independent. Yeah, so
Oh, that's so amazing. So my first book was released in 2022,
okay.
and I had no idea what I was doing.
Help me.
So I found a publisher. It's a hybrid publishing company. So kind of you're in between, you know. Um, and because I was like, oh, I cannot do this. This is way too intense. And it's called She Looks Fine, and it's based on um really the story behind my daughter. She was hit by a car in 2018. Yeah, while she was like in college, you know. So that was a lot. And we wrote it together because I wanted people to hear both of our stories, you know. And what an experience, you know, to be able to go through that. And actually, right now, I'm in the process of self-publishing. So my first journal, and it's so beautiful. It's so rewarding, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The publishing has changed the game. Like it's giving the full power and creativity back to the creator and the writer. So that I always encourage people to self-publish. You can go the traditional route.
yep.
It's still fine and dandy, but I just feel like it's outdated. Self-publishing to change the game. You could do
I,
it all by storm and whenever you want, however you want.
I agree. And it's awesome because, you know, once you do it, you're like, oh, okay. You know, now I can help others do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so I know that that's where I will be pretty soon too,
Me.
right?
It's a large market. There's a lot of people out here that have aspirations of writing a book, just like both of us. Oh man, I could write a book. Do I know where to start? No. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
just a little bit of guidance. I was taking a run with it for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, just start. And so what for you, um, because I know that monetization can take a little bit, right? It's not like you're, you know, typically, I don't know, but um, you know, sell a million copies overnight. It takes a little bit of time, and it's all this progress too. But what was your main reason for writing the book?
I knew I wanted. I had to. I'm like, bro, I didn't go through this experience in China. I mean, of course, my decision making, which caused me to go through that experience, but I was like, I felt like it was just so much more than that. So I'm like, it's something that I'm supposed to do something with the story. I don't know what I'm supposed to. I said I don't know how I'm gonna go about sharing it. Because a lot of people, I didn't even tell a lot of people I was moving to China one, so a lot of people didn't even know I was out there, and let alone get locked up out there. So it's like, folks, I'm gonna blow people away with this story. I just don't know how I'm gonna go about sharing it. And what was it? He just put bug me. He's like, man, write a book about it. I was like, it was like a big light bulb popped up over my head. I was like, oh yeah, it's it right here.
Oh my gosh. So where does that lead you now then? So you're helping others and continue to write
Yep,
your
yep.
own.
Yeah, that's it. So continue to scale the business. I'm in the process of creating. I already created a small little ebook. I'm in the process of turning that into a course, a 14-day course, and a 14-week course. You know what I'm saying? See the themes right there. So the 14-day course is essentially it'll guide you, and you can work at your own pace. Now the 14-week course, that's where I'm far more hands-on with the process, the writing and publishing process. The 14-day process, you can do that on your own. If you want a little bit more help, then I got the 14-week process. So yes, you can that's where we at with it with that. The end goal though is to turn 14 days in Beijing into some type of film, TV show, series, documentary, or animation. That's the end goal though.
Yes, amen to that one. I can see it.
Yes, Lord.
I can see that. And you put it out there in the universe and the right people come to you.
Come on now. I need it.
Right? Yeah. Seems like you're doing amazing though.
Hey, I can't complain. Won't complain. You know what I'm saying? We've experienced low, and this ain't that. So ain't got nothing but to be happy.
Yeah. Are you still coaching?
Yes, ma'am. Yep, yep. Entering year 7. We on a break right now. We just got done with spring ball. Summer workouts gonna pick up till June, so I'm cooling for the next couple of couple weeks. Enjoying my time off,
Yeah.
and you know what I'm saying, we getting the ball back rolling come June.
Yeah, gives you more time to write and get yourself out there, work with others in that
Exactly,
aspect. Oh
exactly.
my
And
God.
work on this course and get that ready so I can you start promoting that.
Isn't it interesting to see like, when you first, even a year ago, the things in your life that look at where you were then, where
Facts.
you are now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just the ebbs and flows of life. You know what I'm saying? Riding the wave. That's it. Riding the wave.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So what's your big goal? What's your big dream?
To for Corley Publications LLC to be a household publishing company of independent authors. Um, and not only do we publish books, we publish movies, we publish TV shows, you know what I'm saying? Podcasts, like we publish, it's a lot we publish. It's one stop shop.
Yeah. And you're in a great city.
Oh yeah, Black Hollywood for sure.
It's a big city.
Yeah,
It's huge. I mean, yeah, I was there a couple years ago. So, you had so much opportunity.
man, I tell people that all the time. This is Atlanta opportunity. Atlanta is what
Yeah.
you
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Um, so walk us through. Well, first of all, too, there's some questions here that were on Podmatch. Okay, I have to like say, what was the craziest thing that ever happened to you?
14 days of Beijing. For sure. Yeah, it don't get no crazier than that. You don't get no crazier than that.
No. No,
Yeah.
that's for sure. And so do you do the same thing like your friend did with you, when they come to you and they're like, "Hey, I'm thinking about writing a book."
Yeah, pretty much. I just got to see where you at in the process. Some people already have the book written and they don't know what to do as far as publishing it. Some of them just got a concept or idea for the book and don't have anything down on paper whatsoever. So it's like just figure out where you are, and then I could work with you at any point of the process from the very very beginning or pretty much the bulk is done with the book being written. So it's like okay, now we just gotta put it out there. You know what I'm saying? That's the easiest part. Publishing is the easiest part. Getting the story written is the most workload. Work written and editing, and then marketing on the back end. Those are two biggest aspects when it comes to self publishing. Everything else between, that's a breeze for sure. It's so easy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I
just make
agree.
folks people. You know what I'm saying? Just overthink it. It wasn't like I gonna say portray it like I had it all figured out when I did mine. I was man, we freestyled everything. Like everything was spontaneous, you know what I'm saying, impulsive, and we just freestyled the entire process when I was going through my, you know what I'm saying, writing and publishing journey. So it, it's no right or wrong way to do it. You know what I'm saying? So don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. We just break it down, make it simple, and before you know, you're like, okay, hey, look at us. We got this thing done. I'm like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I always say when you find that perfect balance of the masculine and feminine energies, you have to.
Yeah,
Like to me, feminine energy, that's your intuition. So when you're talking about, that in between,
yeah.
you got to listen.
Me. Got
You
to.
know, I'm so fortunate that I have a lot of property now. So it's so beautiful. I can just take a walk and then I'm like, oh yeah. You know, that's where I get my inspiration from grounding, from going outside and taking my shoes off. And, you know, everybody has their thing, right?
X.
Yeah. Yeah. So you get your ideas. You got to get in, you got to get your ideas, get your clarity, start putting it down on paper, and then piece it all together. It's putting all the pieces together of the puzzle.
That's it. You just make it simple for them. Once you make it simple, break it down so simple like that, it's like, oh, now it's up to them to just get it done. It's like you ain't got no excuse at this point. So it's
Yeah.
like, how bad do you want it?
Yeah. How bad do you want it? So why would you say do most people want to write a book? What is the purpose?
I honestly don't know. Like writing a book was never any idea of mine or a passion of mine. It was just an idea that was given to me. I just stepped up to the plate and knocked the ball at the park. So it caught me by surprise how many people was coming to me with questions about the writing publishing process or wanting me to help them with it. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, a lot of people out here with aspirations of or dreams of becoming a published author or always wanted to write a book. I was like, oh, well, it's a market for it. So it's like, let me take advantage for sure. I've got the tools and everything, the knowledge I've gathered just from it being an idea for me. So it's like, and I had success at the same time. So it's like I know a little something because not only did my books go number one, I helped other two people books go number one as well. So it's like I got a little sauce. Like we can publish it for sure. You want a bestseller, I can do that too. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. And so I meet a lot of people too that are like, "Oh my gosh, you're an author?"
on me.
You know, right? And we're like, "Yeah, it's easy." And how many people do you meet that have been, "Oh, well, I've always wanted to write a book," or
I couldn't even say I admire
mm-hmm.
countless,
And we're
countless.
like, do it, it's easy. And so,
Everywhere I go on, you know what I'm saying? We start talking about just backgrounds and I bring up 14 Days of Beijing. Oh yeah, I steal the room. Every single
yeah,
time I steal the room.
yeah. Yeah, because you had no idea when you were writing this book that you would be helping others
Oh me. Facts.
publish theirs. So we do not know really what tomorrow brings. There's so many opportunities if we just open ourselves up. I love that.
Yeah,
We just don't know where this is going to lead. And it's all just about just living life and taking the next step.
that's it.
Books, yes, they can generate income. Okay. Yes. But what they also do is open up doors for you.
Yes, most definitely.
And I don't know if you've had speaking opportunities yet,
Nah, not yet.
but if not, they're coming your way.
So for sure. I've done like open mic nights, stuff like that, poetry and stuff, but never on like no motivational tip.
I can see you doing that.
Oh yes, Lord, without a doubt, without a doubt.
You look, put it out there because I'm telling you, that's your next thing. I can see it. We were very fortunate to be keynote speakers, and I asked somebody one time, I'm like, well, how do you get paid speaking? And they're like, well, you got to ask. I go, oh, okay. So I'm gonna tell you what, I did. And the amount that I was paid for 1 hour of speaking, it would take me probably a week or so to make that
Dang.
in my day job.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a market for sure.
Yes, there is. So, all right. All right. Well, let's get you out there. Let's get this.
It's coming. It's already done.
It's right. It's already done. Where can people find you?
Hey, the best search engine we got, Google. Google Chancellor K Jackson. Everything you need will pop up from my website, social media profiles, books, other podcast interviews I've done, the whole nine. Just Google me.
Awesome. Thank you. You're very inspiring.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I
Make
appreciate
everything.
you too.
Thank you. You make everything sound so easy, and that's how it should be.
On me. That's it.
Because when it's easy like that, then it was meant to be.
Exactly.
So,
That you take all the fear and doubt out of it.
yeah, thank you. Any last words?
Yeah, I just want to leave y'all with this quote. I'm big on quotes and stuff, but I'm gonna leave y'all with this quote by Nipsey Hussle. It is long-winded, running through this life like it was mine. Never settling, but setting every goal high. 1,000 burpees to the path to my own destruction or success. But what is a mistake without the lesson? You see, the best teacher in life is your own experience, and none of us know who we are until we fail. They say every person is defined by their reaction to any given situation. Well, who would you want to define you? Someone else or yourself? Whatever you choose to do, homie, give your heart to it and stay strong.
Ooh, that's good. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. And thank you for being here today.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Everybody that tuned in for the whole episode, you a real one for sure.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you again, Chancellor. So nice meeting you. Guys, check him out. He's a real deal.
For sure. Holyfield.
Right? So let's go. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you. And hey, like I said, make sure you hop on over to YouTube, Roberta Campbell Official, and check us out there. And make sure to subscribe and like. And we appreciate you so much. Thank you again. And stay blessed. Have a great day.